What's up, everybody? It's Soul Reaper here, and welcome back to a interesting one. Well, actually, not welcome back. Welcome to an interesting one. This game is called Who is the Red Queen? Now, this is a visual, novel, kind of. It's kind of, more like click and play, so I won't be walking around or doing that shit, but, yeah. We take place as, I guess we're this girl, I think. I think this is the girl we are. I think take place as a girl named Alice, and we go around. I don't exactly know, but we explore, we investigate, we get to the bottom of a. I believe it said murder or something. Also, this is a big warning, right? Big warning. This has this game. It warned me too, when I started it up. Some very dark things. It also includes suicide, imprisonment, death, and a lot of violence. So if you can't handle that, or if you just can't, or if you can't take that type of stuff, then please click away from the video. But if you can at least stomach it, then continue watching. Again, I play these type of games because I feel like they'll be entertaining, and it's kind of what I do. I don't really play the, funsy type games, but I hope y'all will enjoy. I think this is going to turn into a series because I don't think I can play this whole game out, so I don't think that's going to happen. But I will say this: if you guys want it to be a series, if you guys like this enough, 5 likes on the video, and I will come back for part 2. And then if you guys like it a lot in part 2, then I'll make it a complete series and I'll complete the game. Even though I'm already doing Doki Doki, but I can work on multiple too. Whew. Well, that's out of the way. Yeah, let's get into this. Ooh. She's very pretty. Tick-tock. I descended through a starry sky. My long blonde hair. Okay! Okay! Alright. I descended through a starry sky. My long blonde hair and red cape flew wildly as I looked to the ground below me with my blue eyes. Falling. I was falling down the rabbit hole with no start nor end. I was falling. Where had I gone? Where could I go? As if I was forgetting something very important, I fell down and down and down through a sparkling, shiny darkness. Too bright to be dark, too dark to be bright. I must have been chasing after someone or something, like a girl whose curiosity was piqued by a rabbit with a watch. I was falling down again. Oh, Alice, like Alice in the Wonderland. Oh my God, my friend is going to love this game. Oh my, I have a friend of mine who loves Alice in the Wonderland. This endless well seemed to lead everywhere, yet nowhere at once. Although I don't know if this is actually gonna take place as to the actual Alice in the Wonderland. It might be its own little spin-off to it, so we'll see. Either the hole extended very deep or descended very low, very slow. Was I truly ever going downward? Perhaps this is all a dream, a fever dream, or in more words, a fantasy that would be as soon forgotten as it was had. I held just one certainty. I was Alice. Alice was me. You are Alice, and God damn this music! It's it's not even, dude, it's just rocks, bro. Not actually rock and roll, but dude. Oh, that's how you save. That's nice. Yeah, this is great, man. Now then, just how long was I supposed to keep falling? The air brushed past my fingers, my cloak ruffling upward. A quiet humming breeze caressed my cheek. As if I could hear someone's voice, a pleasant voice, a woman's voice. I strained my ears for whispers in the wind. Alice, what a time for madness without a bit of fear or vertigo. Should you not have focused on topics more pressing? Like the darkness or the light, or how you couldn't awaken from this dream. But even now, you were just falling. Alice, why? What does it matter? Shadowy special voices. With a thump, I came upon soft grass, and the fall was over. Not a bit hurt. I forced myself to my feet. Ooh, that's pretty. Blue skies. Up above my head, the firmament whence, I think that's how you say it, I fell, had not a tear in its blue canvas. Down about my eyes, only unfamiliar surrounded me. I started on an explanatory stroll. Look at how cute this boy is, or girl. I am not judging. Maybe it doesn't have a gender. I don't know. I'm not saying anything. You didn't catch me in nothing. Shut up. Soon I stumbled upon a rabbit who looked like a girl, or a girl who looked like a rabbit. Perhaps the correct answer was that she was both a girl and a rabbit. So it is a girl. At least, I think. That's what she's saying. She had white hair and floppy rabbit ears, pale skin and purple eyes. Her hair was tied into two low ponytails by white ribbons, a clock pin adoring her bangs. Then as they say it. Again, art style, love this. She looks so cute, bro. She wore gloves, an oversized blue coat with golden accents, I think that's how you say it, and a red vest over a dress shirt tied with black ribbon. She also had khaki pants tucked into boots. Okay. She looked quite scared as she stood in the forest clearing. She was even holding her hands to her chest. Not lingering much longer on the species of the rabbit before me, I called out to her. Excuse me. Calling out to her caused her to jump. Where was this place? Why was I here? How could I leave to return home? Do you even know where home is? I thought of what to ask her, but she recognized me as soon as I spoke, so my questions were lost in my mouth unasked. She looked to me with troubled eyes. White Rabbit. Alice? White Rabbit? Have you seen Her Majesty? Do you know where she's gone? Where she could go? Her Majesty, the Red Queen. She must be taking a vacation of sorts. I only wish that she could have left with this little rabbit a note. I'm in a bit of a panic, you see. The land can't run without its queen. She then took on a distracted look. Please let me know if you catch sight of her. I nodded. Who is this Red Queen? Who this Red Queen was, I had no clue. I had not a clue. But tingling deja vu. I had not a clue, but tingling deja vu. That's a bar. Still, my acceptance of the request let the White Rabbit breathe out a sigh of relief. Just as I prepared to pose my own questions, she straightened her back in surprise. I'm afraid I have to go. I'm going to be late. Late for another important date. God, I haven't watched Alice in the Wonderland in so damn long. I wanted to ask some questions. Never mind that. Follow her, Alice. Oh, we're talking in the third person now. Although I chased after her with only a moment's pause, when I turned a corner, she was nowhere to be seen. She's a rabbit! She's gonna be faster than you. There was only a forest path before me. Dude, look at how beautiful this is. Bro, look at this shit. The flowers. This kind of looks like... Oh, God. The Fate? No, not the Fate series. Oh, God. Everyone's gonna get so mad at me because I don't know that anime. Shit! The main character name is Subaru. How am I blanking on this? I know what it is. Pak! There was a large white gazebo in the center, with a table and chairs for tea. Tailing the rabbit, I barely dashed a few paces. I hadn't realized such a place was so close by. Rather, I hadn't realized I had run this far. A conjecture tickled my mind. That this world I fell into was a magical place, one with paths that pointed to one way, but twisted to another. What an explanation, much more far-fetched than me, just not knowing where I was running. I took a moment to catch my breath. Glancing around, I began to walk about the garden. Flowers and greenery all around, but not a person in sight. This place was beautiful. I wanted to meet the person who made it. Not quite a gardening person myself, I still appreciate a pretty place and felt a swelling excitement to explore what such could be seen. A reminder of reality that then dampened my joyful curiosity. I wanted some answers, a way out and back home. As pleasant as dreams were, one had to be awakened from them before they turned into nightmares. Well, yeah. I don't dream anymore. I only have nightmares. Whether this was a dream or reality had still yet to be seen. Step, I walked around, hop. I peered over the bushes. Soon enough, I discovered the heart of the garden where one might sit for tea. Isn't that the white rabbit? No, I'm assuming too much. I spotted a white-haired girl in the garden. To amend my previous thoughts, wouldn't it be right to say that I rather also appreciated a pretty person? Her hair was long and reached her shoulders, her skin pale and her eyes a light purple. She was also adorned with a regal blue and white dress that was so long it hid her feet. Her expression was quite distant and calm. I noticed bandages wrapped upon her right hand, which was gently collapsed over her left in front of her. I don't like where this is going because she looks young child, bandages, that, and you know where that could lead to. And we don't like that shit on this channel. If any of you fucking abusers are out there, fuck you. Go fuck yourself. Frivolous thoughts flew from my mind as our eyes met. Her gaze seemed to beckon me over, so over I went to speak with her. She opened her mouth to speak. I'm sorry, ma'am. Let me bow to you. Are you enjoying the garden? The garden is beautiful. The gardener will be happy to hear that from you. However, if you have come here now, you should be searching for something. We should first introduce ourselves. She gave me a sad smile. I am the White Queen. Just like with the rabbit, for reasons unclear to me, I already knew who she was. Here. That should be as good as a name. Your Majesty, my name is Alice. She frowned. Don't stand on ceremony, Alice. I'm not someone you need to speak to with particularly respectfully. Well, this come from me. I don't give a damn if you're the queen, right? I don't care if you say that. I'm gonna still call you Your Majesty because I don't want to be rude. So yeah. Welcome to my garden in Wonderland. So we are in Wonderland. Perfect. That sad smile returned to her face. She looks so sad too. Like that is hiding a lot of pain and suffering. That face is hiding a lot of pain and suffering. I feel so bad. Wonderland. I tasted the word on my tongue. I can't remember why or how I'm here. Not this garden, but Wonderland. Once again, she frowned. I was falling, and I couldn't remember why I was falling. I was simply falling, until I fell no more. I'm sure I've forgotten something very important. That pained smile returned. You needn't force yourself to remember. Some things are better left forgotten. Perhaps it was fated for you to come here. Perhaps something is missing that you must find. This world must appear like a place of dreams. Yeah, no shit! You should find the Red Queen. Yeah, this Red Queen. Is there a blue queen? Is there a neon queen? Is there a purple queen? How many queens are there? You should find the Red Queen. The missing queen from the White Rabbit, whom the White Rabbit mentioned, was the Red Queen. Then came a troubled look. Oh, shit. Then came a troubled look. I waited for the White Queen to continue. She hesitated to speak of the Red Queen, as if the elusive royal would appear like a ghost behind her as she spoke. I tried to imagine what sort of person the Red Queen was. She will let you return to your own reality. When you meet her, you should be able to find all the answers you are seeking for. As for where she is, that is for you to discover. Do you dislike her? At first she paused. She pursed her lips as if troubled again. Then came that somber smile. That's a difficult question, Alice. So she's like that. I'll let you judge the Red Queen. You might learn something new about yourself. Shall I head off to find her now? Her face lit up a bit. Why not stay for some tea? I would be happy to. Of course I'd love to. But it's not quite afternoon tea time yet. She smiled, this time much happier. See, now that's a happy smile. At a later time then, hee hee. Certainly to have a tea outside of tea time wouldn't do. Of course. You have to have tea during tea time. I don't know how that works. I don't do tea time. Hell, I don't even drink coffee. That smile softened into a fond one as she lowered her lids. I won't keep you for too much longer, Alice. I'm sure you will be able to find that person soon enough. Until later, my queen. I waved goodbye to the White Queen and departed from her garden. Glancing back, I saw her gaze linger upon me. That poor smile of hers had turned somber again. Music. The search for the Red Queen. Okay then. I stepped onto a twisting path in the forest. I didn't know which way to go to find the elusive Red Queen, turning left and right. To find a queen, I thought to seek a castle. However, the rabbit said that the queen was missing. So unless the rabbit had also forgotten something very important, the queen shouldn't have been at the castle. No shit. The Red Queen seemed like a troubling person. The way the White Queen's face froze, tongue stuttering along, at the topic of the Red Queen made me wonder, was the latter queen a tyrant or a fool? The tutor at home liked to talk about kingship of that sort. To me, either or neither were fine. After all, who were the peasantry to affect the mood of a high queen? I hummed and walked along with a skip in my step. Just as I reached a rhythm in my stride, I kicked a little something, an animal, that threw me off beat. I slowed to applaud. My mood a note dampened. As soon as I heard the chatter of a girl a few trees away, seeing not much civilization here in the forest, I followed the voice of the girl. Although she was chatting, I heard her voice alone. Wait a minute. Isn't this supposed to be that fucking cat? God. I think this is supposed to be like the cat, except for that it's a woman. Fucking Jesus Christ. I passed by a few bushes and soon enough found a tea party in the middle of nowhere. At a table set before a tree sat the girl. The white-clothed table was littered with all sorts of tea-time things. From a tower with cookies and cupcakes, a rubber duck and a cake with knives in it, pitchers with dozens of tea tags and stacks of dishes. In the center, there even laid a green vase with a dead, plucked apart red rose behind it. Some petals set in the water. The girl had long pink hair, with uneven side bangs, pale skin, first eye red and second yellow. A smile was on her features that contrasted with her eye bags. Her outfit was just as chaotic as the table. Yeah, you think? Look at this shit. Under her black trench coat was a loose dress shirt tied with a large purple ribbon. She also wore a checkerboard purple pants and white laced-up shoes. On her gloved hands sat two hand puppets, a white hare with a yellow straw hat and a red bow tie, a gray dorm mouse with a little pink flower perched by her ear. But most glaring of all was her large black top hat, wrapped haphazardly in purple ribbons with a piece of paper taped to it. It's the Mad Hatter! Why was I thinking the cat? That's the Mad Hatter? You gonna make the Mad Hatter an attractive lady? Hello there, Alice. What did you come here for? Her chatter ceased. Jesus, that smile. Her mismatched eyes pierced through me in its place. I noticed a little fang in her mouth as she opened it. There's no room here at the table, so don't take a seat. No room, no room. The girl gave a wide grin, as she was wont to do frequently. In fact, it was rare the smile was wiped off her face. She moved the puppets on her hand, a sleepy mouse and a mad hare. Looking right to left, I could barely see the ends of the table. For tea, one person in such a large space. Conversely, she almost seemed lonely. There's plenty of room, Hatter. Her smile shrunk a bit. To make a point, I took a seat in a large armchair across from That's Not Smart. That is not smart. If the Mad Hatter says there's no room, don't take a seat, don't take a seat. You don't know what he's gonna do. Or you don't know what she's gonna do. She's gonna turn you into a damn sock puppet. Across from the Hatter. The chair stunk of flowers as if to clear away the shadow of any unpleasant previous sitter. I sank back into it comfortably. Then I kept sinking before I jolted back up with a shallow gasp. Three's plenty of crowd. That's rude of you to say, Alice. Not very civil of you to sit down without being invited earlier, either. She granted me a cheeky grin and a wink. But whatever, let's just treat you as our extra guest for tomorrow. Not today? Aren't they the same? Yesterday, today, tomorrow, every day is never a day different. But since I'd rather not deal with it today, we just treat it as for tomorrow. Dormouse and March don't mind. We mentioned 3, but I only see 1. You fucked up, Alice. 3? I knew that. She wiggled the puppets on her hands as if to explain everything. 1 was herself, 2 was the first puppet, 3 was the second puppet. I'm scared Alice might be blind. Her mad smile became a mad grin once more. That's a side effect of being Alice. Don't worry. It's just a side effect of being Alice. I am scared. What is this bitch gonna do? The pitch of her voice warped. Don't mind their comments. She is Dormouse and he March Hare. What? She paused as if waiting for me to greet the animal puppets. I waited. She waited. Her smile did not falter. In fact, it only widened in anticipation. I'm a little scared! The silence of the conversation bored me, so I relented to the Mad Hatter's wordless request. I was their guest for tomorrow, so a polite guest I decided to be. Well, hello there. Her smile became ordinary again. March Hare. I was scared she was deaf as well! Hello there, Alice. It seemed whether... Alright, I'm not gonna do the voices often, but yes, I will do the voices. It seemed whenever she made the puppets talk, she often took on a more natural expression and kept her mouth closed, like a ventriloquist. Between the puppets, I much preferred the Dormouse. If a puppet could fall asleep, she looked as if she was about to do so. I felt some pity as that meant that March Hare would speak more. What we were talking about before, a riddle? Maybe it was this one. Why is a raven like a writing desk? What? Do you have an answer to that riddle? You're no fun, Alice. Relax and have some wine. Is she above the age? Or what is the age of... What's the drink... What's the laws here? Is there even laws? Is there drinking laws? Can a 12, can a 10-year-old drink? I don't know the laws here, sir, and I'm very concerned. Relax and have some wine. There is no wine. You were invited for tea tomorrow, Alice. It's the obligation of the host to offer a guest a drink at tea time. Maybe she was an alcoholic. Probably. Hatter, I can't get in good faith call this time of day. Tea time, nor can I call alcohol tea. Details. Add some butter! Okay. It'll be tea time eventually, so it's tea time now. We're having tea, so it might as well be tea time, don't you think? What did you come here for anyways? Although I couldn't quite say that I had come to this tea party with a goal in mind, I figured I might as well tell her. I'm searching for the Red Queen. Her brow contorted as she took a sip of her tea. Puppet sat down for just that moment, dumping the tea away and rinsing the cup. She poured herself another drink. Her mismatched eyes narrowed. Oh. Lovely. The Hatter placed her lips to the rim of her teacup and stared at me. A minute passed, all 60 seconds consisting of staring, before she ducked down under the table as if to find an item and popped back up again. Her expression was back to its unusual state. Stay and chat for a moment. I'll help you with a little something regarding Her Majesty. The Hatter poured me a cup of tea and slid over a plate of sandwiches. Oh, how lovely. The Hatter's smile became wide. That is creepy. The plate hurtled toward me, forcing me to hurriedly grab it. Least sandwiches spilled all over my lap. Luckily, the cup of tea arrived much more calmly. I took a taste, finding Earl Grey. Is it tomorrow already? At the very least, it wasn't time for afternoon tea. If I'd known I would have tea now, I would have stayed a little longer, to have some with the White Queen as well. It was not that people couldn't have tea outside of afternoon tea time, but it was a principle of things. If people drank tea at any time of the day, they would drink it all day. I sipped some more, enjoying the citry flavor of this black tea. Today is tomorrow for yesterday, don't you think? Okay. Unless she doesn't think that would have been rude of you to ask! She's just normal. Orthicano? I'm certainly sitting up quite straight. But regarding the Red Queen, do you have some news about her? I'd say I have some business with her instead. Something to do with meat and flesh and all the other red things that a Red Queen might have to do with it. Are you a Hatter? Aren't you a Hatter? She grinned widely. Yes? not a butcherer. Unless your meat is made out of hat. Okay. While talking about all things unappetizing, I took a bite of the sandwich filled with an ambiguous color. Don't eat that. Don't eat it. Okay. A milky sweetness melted in my mouth. I tasted a sort of fruit inside. Maybe it was mango, kiwi, or strawberry. Satisfied with the pleasant sweetness, I took another sip of tea. This tea and these sandwiches are delicious. Thank you, Alice. You made them? Compliments to you, then. I had her grinned with a wink. Wow, such flattery. Since you've put me in such a good mood, I guess we can go ahead with Her Majesty's matter. She smiled as if laughing. In fact, she's been sitting here with us the whole time. What? What do you mean? She's the sandwiches! This bitch just This bitch is the sandwiches. This bitch is the sandwiches. This bitch is the sandwiches! On the chair sat a chunk of meat dressed up in tattered human clothes, still dripping red. The flesh seemed to ripple, undulating. Was it rotting? Or was it still alive? My head spun and I squinted at the thing. This thing resembled a human torso with half a neck and chopped off limbs, dolled up with what could have been fancy clothes. This was surely human flesh. I sensed an odd familiarity to the torso, but also felt as if I was looking at it from an incorrect angle. This was the torso of a regal woman. The Mad Hatter's insane! She murdered the Queen! This was raw human flesh. This is the Red Queen. Hatter's eyes narrowed again. Brows furrowed, but still smiling. An inappropriate question flitted across my mind. Could we consider it as sitting if it didn't have legs? I suppose yes. I thought you said you weren't a butcher, Hatter. We definitely couldn't consider this a hat. Having just eaten, the strawberry taste in my mouth. I told you not to eat the sandwiches, Alice! Oh, Jesus! I swallowed. I wonder if the Hatter wanted to make me sick. The Hatter gave a wide smile. Yes, I'm a Hatter. I closed my eyes and rubbed the bridge of my nose. Too distracted by the surprise, the feeling on my fingers almost felt like wet ground meat, even though I was sure that my digits were still attached to my palm. The image lingered uncomfortably behind my eyelids, not with disgust, but with another inexplicable motion, a negative one for sure. I looked at the torso again. It seemed so still. I saw exposed bone and shattered trachea. The cut must have not been wholly clean. Made with a blade sharpened, not quite enough yet, also dulled, but not quite enough. Yes, this was the Red Queen. I knew not why I knew, but a voice in the back of my head told me that this was the Red Queen, a part of the Red Queen. I'm afraid Her Majesty can't speak right now. The Hatter stirred her tea, popped a bite-sized sandwich into her mouth, munching happily. She sneered. Don't look like that, Alice. The Hatter didn't dismember Her Majesty. Yes, Hatter is innocent! Since only the Hatter spoke up in defense of herself, I wasn't particularly inclined to believe her. Whether or not she did kill the Red Queen, the end result sat before me. What should I do now? I murmured my uncertainty at this dead end aloud. She smiled as if nothing was wrong. What do you mean? All you have to do is find all the other pieces. If you have everything you need, Her Majesty if you have everything you need for Her Majesty, all you need to do is put her back together. Oh yeah, because it's just like Humpty Dumpty fell off the fucking wall! Have you forgotten, Alice? Forgot what? That sounded mad. So I was so mad I wanted to laugh. This is Wonderland after all. All I needed to do was find the pieces. That was right, Alice. That was all you needed to do. It would either be terribly simple or terribly hard. It's gonna be terribly hard. I hope that no one had fed the Red Queen to the pigs or minced her up for a party. Regardless, all I really needed was a head and the torso if I wanted to talk to her, to ask her about the secrets to returning home. May I take the body with me? The Hatter narrowed her eyes. Alice, Alice, you were a civilized girl. Do you really want to lug around a piece of meat like you were some meat seller selling to cannibals? The Hatter winked cheekily. No, no, no. That wouldn't be fair, don't you think? Once you find most of her parts, let's just say the limbs, I'll give you a special present and help you out again. She patted a box to the side of the table. The box was just big enough for a cat or a cake. Or maybe something like a hat. Of course, don't peek and try to find out what the present is. Of course, don't peek and try to find out what the present is. It wouldn't be surprised like that. I'll be very, very upset if you cheat. With that smile on her face, I couldn't see her upset, only muddled. Sincerity came through her voice. The Hatter's mismatched eyes wandered, looking distracted as she did so. Now then, I've got to grab something off the stove before it burns. The Hatter got up from her seat and walked away. Here I was alone with the Red Queen's flesh. It was missing all 4 limbs and a head, so to make her whole, I would need to find all 5 parts. I hoped that my search would be easy. Alright, well, that's gonna be all for today. Wow. Wow. That was insane. That was insane. Holy crap. This story is actually very good. Very good story. Oh my lord. I can't believe the Red Queen got murked. Hey, look, there's the Hatter in the background. Oh, that's cool. Well, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. So I know one thing I did. If you guys want to see this become into a series, hit that like button, 5 likes, and then I'll come back with part 2, part 3, part 4, however long it takes, because I am actually very invested in this game. I really like it. So yeah. I hope y'all enjoyed, and I will see y'all next time. SoulReaper_14.